Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Dave D Fishing. So the past couple weeks I have been attempting to fish for white perch and trying to catch them in brackish waters of Rhode Island and the Cape. Haven't really done well, so I'm going to give it a try again. It is January 4th right now. The ice is pretty much thawed from the Cape and Rhode Island, so I'm hoping to do some walking and some searching to see if I can't find these fish. I've never done this before. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know how shallow they cruise in when it's open water this time of year with the winter and everything. So it's going to be a big learning curve. But before I started going out, I looked at all the fish surveys, any foundations that take care of these herring runs, and I was looking to see what they've seen go through these herring runs. So a lot of them actually show white perch going from salt, traveling up the herring runs into the salt ponds or just freshwater ponds, which I didn't even know they could get up some of those ladders, which is interesting. Now what I've noticed going down to the Cape for the past 3 weeks is there is still a ton of baby herring in the pond still, especially in Falmouth. They're like 3-4 inch long herring cruising around. They're still trying to get their way down, work their way down these herring runs back into the ocean. So I'm going to start at those ponds first where I've seen bait, and then where it's been obvious in the fish surveys, they're definitely there. As far as lures, I'm just going to stick with my simple trout lures or small panfish lures like you'd use for bluegill and that type of thing. If it's a little too windy out, I'm going to step the weight up in the lures. So I'm going to start with 1/8 ounce jigs, spoons, and then work my way up if need be from there. As far as rods, I'm bringing a 6'8" rod with 1,000 reel on it, and a 7-foot rod with the 1,000 reel on it. Both of them have 6-pound braid on it. Sorry. So this time of year, I wouldn't recommend using braid when it's cold out because braid absorbs water and it'll freeze. I am bringing another rod with mono in case that starts happening. And I'm also going to bring a rod set up with a high-low rig and night crawlers so I can use it to sort of search for the fish because I want to see if there's anything biting at all. If I see any motion on the water, I'm going to chuck it as far as I can to them if they're way out in the middle and just sort of experiment and see what is biting. I do this with lots of other fish when I'm trying to figure out where they are. I'll leave one rod out with live bait and see what's happening and sort of do a feeler in that area to see what I can't catch. So I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that's really it. Been searching for these fish a while, so I'm going to start in Rhode Island, the beach area where there's salt ponds very close by, where I know there's herring runs that go up into them. And then if nothing bites, I'm going to work my way east and start fishing the tributaries. And if the tributaries aren't working, I'm going to work my way up those herring runs to the ponds and see if there aren't any fish cruising around in there. So it's been a while. I want to catch something. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright guys, so here it is. I got my waders on. I'm gonna start venturing. I'm gonna start at that little peninsula over there. So I'm not sure how deep this pond is, but actually that drops up pretty quick right there. There's already ice starting. So a lot of the other ponds I drove past were frozen solid. So I'm hoping I can find some little bit of clearer water over here. So these white perch, from what I understand, are, ooh, I just sunk, are snacking on, wow, that's sinky right there, grass shrimp and mud minnows mainly, and cinder worms that I imagine are cruising around in here. So we're going to get on this side, so we're casting with the wind. And I brought everything with me just in case I start getting bites, because I'm not walking back and forth to my car. See if I can untangle this. And I'm using 6-pound braid right now. I know it's a little cold for braid, but I want to be able to cast far right now because of the wind, and it just casts a lot better. Let it sink to the bottom. So with white perch, this time of year they're feeding near the bottom, and you just want to go nice and slow. These look like beds of some sort for like sunfish, which is interesting because this water I know is really salty. Alright guys, so still at the same pond. Look what I just found. That is a baby white perch right there. So we're in the right spot. You just gotta see where they are. So I'm gonna actually keep working my way down to my right, see if we can't find anything. Man, we're so close. So close. So I'm about to finish up at this spot in Rhode Island. There's nothing biting. It's really shallow over here. So I'm going to move on down to the Cape and we'll see if anything's biting over there. Alright, we're going to scoot down to a different spot and see if we can't catch anything. And it's beautiful out today though, but it is cold.
Good morning, Gavin. How are you?
I just came from Rhode Island. I tried a couple salt ponds down there. A couple of salt ponds I wanted to go to, the beaches were closed and I couldn't cruise up there, so we're going to try a couple estuaries down here in the Cape, and then we're going to try a couple of these ponds where, from what I've read, historically that the white perch still swim up. So this is one of the ponds down here, so we're going to try fishing over here first, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a rod out with a high-low rig with night crawler on it, just to test do a feeler and see if anything's even over here, any type of panfish, see if there's any activity at all. If there is, I'm going to take the rod out of the water with the night crawlers. I'm going to start chucking spoons and small soft baits, soft plastic. So I'm going to try this lure here first. This is a clam. It's made by the company Clam, and the model is the Leech. It's a 1/8 ounce. I've been using this for the past 4 weeks looking for these white perch, but I've been striking out just because every time I went, it's either been starting to ice over, the water's been too cold, or just access has been a pain. So I got a break in the weather today. We're gonna give it a try. All right guys, let's see what we can get. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna chuck on some night crawlers and see if we can't figure out what those are out there, because I imagine if they're any sort of panfish, they're gonna try and grab this. So we'll see. This is just a high-low rig, and I put a little chunk of soft plastic, a little yellow piece, just to make it stand out. I didn't have any of those little fake corn beads laying around, so I'm just gonna settle with this. And I'm gonna wing this thing out there. I put a 2 ounce out there so I can get way out there. I know it's a little much for this spot, but need to get some distance. Good thing is it's sand out there, so I'm not getting stuck in the weeds. That was definitely a bite right there. Oh, that's good news. Good news, good news. Oh, I knew it. Oh, I got him. First fish of the year right here. Not very big, whatever it is. White perch, please. Yes. Oh, is that a white perch? Oh man, look at that. It's huge. Oh, we got what we came for. Thank goodness, and that's a keeper one too. That's definitely a good size one. All right, chuck him in the bucket. It's a good one. I only want to keep like maybe 8 to 10 because I got the kids that probably want to try these. So, oh man, that's good. Now the trick is I want to try and catch some on a jig. That'd be nice. Just gonna find something heavy enough to chuck out there. They're really far out right now. All right. Ooh. I'm gonna cast over my line. It's sort of worth it. I see something. Got him. Got him. Finally. Hopefully it's a white perch. It'd be sweet. Oh yes. Seeing some silver on the spoon. Oh yes. That's a win right there. That's a chunky perch. Look at that thing. Holy smokes, what a brick. And that's what I'm using, a little clam 1/8 ounce leech spoon. Holy smokes. That's a nice one right there. Catch and release into hot grease. That is a big white perch right there. It's right at 11 inches, so that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. All right, we're on the boards. On the board. Yeah, there's definitely fish coming up right in front of me, but they wouldn't bite. I probably scared them off with my feet stomping on the ground, but the stuff here. Oh, that was on the drop. Oh, that's definitely a good one. That's a good one right there. Holy, these things are huge. That's probably like a 1 pounder right there. See some stuff going on with his gills, making sure it's not like filled with parasites. Nope, he's good. He's got some goober on him. Just crapped all over my waders. Yeah, that's a chunky one right there. That's a good one. Much better than trout fishing. Well, all right, might just pull in this worm rod. It was a good search tool, so I know the fish are here, and I think we're gonna stick with the lures for now. With the size of those white perch, though, I might only need a couple of them to eat. I might only keep like 5, 6 of them. I didn't think they were gonna be that large. Yeah, those are definitely herring. Probably gonna catch a perch right now. I think they're just following these schools of herring around and doing laps right around the pond. Yep, I knew it. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Nice chunky fish. Ooh, that was on the drop. I don't know if you guys saw that. I was sinking to the bottom and it just got smacked. Ha 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 ha. Nice. Got one. How many did I catch? One. There's a tank in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A couple more. It was right on the drop. Like I said, this thing fluttered. Ooh. This thing flutters so slow to the bottom. After this one, I think I'm just gonna, depending on how big it is, I might just be casting for fun after this. Not very many tiny ones in this. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, yes. All right, that's a nice one right there. Look at that. That's a beefy white perch right there. They're not pregnant or anything. They're just really thick from eating all those bait fish over there. Yeah, this spoon's a winner. I like it. It's very good. All right, chuck him in that's it. And the rest, we're just gonna catch for fun. All right, so I fished for another half an hour after I caught that last white perch, and nothing was on the top. No herring on the top, no white perch seeming to be chasing them around. So overall, I'm gonna say it was a success. The Cape definitely produced for me. I know Rhode Island would have too. I just kept catching it at the wrong time. So as far as finding these fish, so I just looked through some of the websites, some of the organizations that watch these watersheds, and they helped a lot. So they were seeing white perch travel up and down these herring runs when they've observed them. There's a couple salt ponds down on the southern side of Falmouth that definitely have white perch in them, but I just didn't decide to go down there. This is just closer to me. But yeah, so just look down south side of Falmouth if you're down there. I think Oyster Pond is one that has them down there. So all right, let me show you guys what I caught. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna call it the end of the trip. So we have 6 very, very nice white perch in here. The biggest one was 11.5. So I mean, there's the smallest one that was probably like 9, and then I got a beautiful 11.5-inch white perch. They're very thick-bodied, so very nice fish. Yeah, these things are beautiful. So we're gonna cook up a couple of these tonight. Before I head home, depending on how things go, I'm gonna go try this little estuary behind me and see if there's anything cruising around in there. There could be, I don't know. There could be shad in there, who knows. But yeah, beautiful fish. I've been looking for these things since the beginning of December, and I finally found a good group of them. And I imagine they're in the estuary behind me. So, all right, guys, if you like this video, please give a like and subscribe. I know it's long and drawn out, but the point of this video is be persistent. Go out and look for the fish. Don't wait for reports to pop up in the magazines and that type of thing, or online, like on the water. Just go out and go fish. So you never know what will happen. So, all right, guys, thank you.